Monday, December 9th. Uh, Touted a couple horses in race 9 at PARX today, and I was watching the earlier races and seeing the early speed was not holding up very well, and horses were doing best by stalking or coming to from off the pace a little bit. So with that trend, I shied away from my top pick, number 4, Whiskey Romeo Sierra, and put all $8 on my second choice, number 6, I Don't See Colors. And didn't matter one way or the other. I Don't See Colors finished 5th, and Whiskey Romeo Sierra did show that early speed and faded badly to finish next to last. Um, all that being said, it's kind of remarkable that the number 1 horse, Party at Sam's, actually wired the field in a very courageous effort. Got to the early lead and was pressured on the early lead and yet prevailed. And that hadn't happened in the previous 8 races at PARX. So it's just another way that racing will humble you on a regular basis. So take a look at the bankroll and put up that loss for today. And yes, we had one shot at the $9 wager level when we over $600 in the bankroll. Now under $600, so uh, $8 wager coming up for Tuesday. And I only looked at PARX, and I didn't see any big layoff figures throughout the card at PARX. So I just said, well, the heck with it. We'll just handicap the first race at PARX and see what we get. And the first race at PARX is 6 furlongs, claiming 7,500 for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races. So 3-year-olds can win 3 or more races, and in fact, if you look at number 2, Dunphy, has won 4 races as a 3-year-old and still meets the condition because 3-year-olds are allowed to be in this race. 4-year-olds, they have to meet the condition of not winning 3 races in their career. Looking at this field, there's a lot of early speed for the 6 furlong race. And for that reason, I'm going to give a shot with number 6, the Warrior's Vow, who's 2 for 14 lifetime, 1 for 7 at the 6 furlong distance. Last time, but had post 12 going 7 furlongs. And the comment was reluctant loading. So the 4-year-old gelding certainly had some issues last time out. In the previous race, going 6 furlongs, the horse came from off the pace to finish second in a field of 8. And first time Angel Castillo rides. So there are some things to like here for number 6, Warrior's Vow. My second choice, I'll go with Ferrari Kid, who's one of the speed horses in the field, and the first time against Francisco Martinez as a jockey, and he's a 5-pound apprentice. certainly going to be part of the early pace. And last time tried to wire the field going 7 furlongs and faded late to finish third. Um, to me, it looks the best of the early speed types. Number two, Dunphy, um, 3 races back, one for $25,000 claimer, and then 2 races back, still at $25,000. Um, Faded badly, and then dropped down to 12,500 and faded even worse last time, going 6.5 furlongs. It's not something you like to see, but once again, Dunphy's game really is to try and wire the field, and there's plenty of early speed in this particular race. So that's why I'm going to go with number 6, Warrior's Vow, and number 5 is my second choice. Um, Looking at the Broodmare Sire report on the Sire report, there was no outstandingly good numbers and no poor numbers. For the Broodmare Sire report, um, to Dunphy, based on only 9 dirt winners, which had Verrazano listed as the Broodmare Sire. The layoff figure is 44, which is quite low, but again, it's based on a small sample. Um, you see the outside horse, the Neudorf, with a 162 layoff figure, but it's going on 11 days rest. So that's the 7 to 22 day layoff category, which, by the way, gets about right around 50% of all winners um, come in the 7 to 22 day layoff category, especially when you're dealing with cheaper horses. Even a larger percentage win off a short rest when you're dealing with horses like we have here in the first PARX. And the problem with the layoff figures for that short uh, rest category is typically they'll run many races in a row on 7 to 22 days rest, and trying to figure out which one's going to be their best is nearly impossible. So really, in the 7 to 22 day layoff category, the only thing that really matters is if there's a really poor layoff figure that would be factored in. So over to the trainer report, and we see for my picks, the stats are just fine for Warriors Vow and Ferrari Kid, and the only poor uh, statistic there is for Starship Gotham with a 0 layoff figure going on more than 60 days rest. Didn't care for the horse nonetheless. So that's the play for Tuesday. Wish you well, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.